engine just got a fresh boost. 247 VC, a new seed stage fund founded by two veteran operator VCs, has launched its 250 crore rupee India Fund 1, aiming to back 30 daring startups over the next 3 years with a sharp focus on themes like deep tech, consumption and Industry 5.0, and a track record of 70x returns from early bets. This fund promises high conviction capital and hands-on founder support. To decode their investment theses, founder filters, and why they believe this is Bharat's decade, joining me now to discuss this further is Yagnesh Sanghrajka, the founder and managing partner at 247 VC. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. You know, you've launched this maiden fund with, and you're targeting 30 startups in 3 years. If you could talk to us about how you'll, pick the startup. You've also mentioned backing bold insurgents, rewiring Bharat's destiny. What specific founder qualities or ideas are exciting you the most right now?
Well, a lot is happening. I think, the startup ecosystem has kind of matured. Firstly, thanks for having me on the show. We are looking at founders now of a different breed than what was coming to us in 5 years back when we started our earlier fund. Now we are seeing founders which are matured. They understand the ecosystem, challenges of the system, and that kind of brings us to very high quality founders. And that's what we are looking for. Somebody who has the conviction and the persistence to stay on the course. And that is what is most important in early stages. And I would say, this is rather a skill than anything else. It's more of an art than science.
Sure, it's more of an art than science. But, if you could sort of tell us while launching this fund, right, what's the kind of appetite that you're seeing for Indian startups? Like you said, it's a matured ecosystem now, but, lots of seed stage companies looking very exciting there. Are investors still excited about this round of funding? And, when will we see you close the first round?
Well, I'll answer the first question and then, of course, the first close. We are looking at various themes here, as I said, and what kind of startups are we looking at? A lot of deals have come through. In fact, just in a week of our launch, we already have more than 500 opportunities reaching out to us inbound. So I think good quality deals will have to be picked up. The essence will be on deal selection. I think that is going to be very important going forward for us. And we're hoping that with the traction that we have, I think the first close is very close. I think in a quarter or 4 months, we are looking at our first close. We don't know what that amount is right now, but depends on the investor appetite. And a lot of investor appetite is increasing. I think the numbers and the stats of funding will support this. And, the ecosystem is getting more and more buoyant as we go forward. The funding stats are also, much buoyant here.
Right. And what will the check size of these investments be? Have you already, identified any startups that you hope to deploy these funds to? When will we see you start making these deployments?
Yeah. So as per SEBI rules, as you would know, Arundhati, normally the investment starts after the first close. So that's why we're hoping that if we can do closer faster, we can start deploying. However, from the pipeline that we already have, we have some very interesting themes that are coming out, and we are shortlisting startups like in the space of Industry 5.0, which kind of includes logistics, supply chain, energy savings, drone tech, 3D printing. Some of these ideas are coming to us and we are shortlisting them. And we feel very excited and waiting for our first close so that we can start deploying.
All right. And, like you mentioned, right, consumption, deep tech, enterprise tech, and Industry 5.0 are your broad themes. If you could take us through why these sectors are looking the most exciting for you guys?
I think, as India is converting itself into a developed economy in another 20 years, currently the opportunities are many, right? And these 4 sectors we feel pretty much cover all the innovation that is happening in India. So, for example, in frontier tech, you're looking at deep tech, climate tech, biotech, which are emerging areas where founders are taking bets and, putting their careers at risk and building stuff. And this kind of innovation, India needs more and more seed funds to kind of come in and back these founders. And you will see the next decade. And as I call it, this is like the startup wave 2.0. First wave was between 2012 to 25. And you're looking at next 10 years to be the startup wave 2. And this will bring to fore much more companies which will turn unicorns very soon. And we hope we get a couple of them from our 30 portfolio.
All right, Yagnesh, we're completely out of time, but thank you so much for joining us on the show today. And we wish you all the best with these funds and hope to speak to you soon when you do have that first close.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. On that note, it is time for a short break, but coming up next,